Hello. I'm going to be trying to work on actually doing some videos today, and I want to show off characters and just give a quick rundown on how they work uh, for anyone who might need a little bit of help understanding. I think I'm going to start with the DPS role, as that is the most fun role. So um, I'm going to just filter it like that. But we're going to start with Broly. So Broly is a brawler type DPS. He is an AoE demon. Um, his biggest thing that you want to do is you want to be in the middle of the fight. Um, he has a transformation at level 7, as you can see. Just makes his attack and his attack go up and his HP go up, which is pretty nice, especially because you want to be in the middle of the fight, actually like dealing damage to everybody all at once. His passive, Fiendish Tenacity, builds up with use of skills. Obviously the skill 2 does not build it up that much, so you can see it right here. Like, it's fine, like it's a decent amount, but like you only get like maybe a fourth of it. But with the skill 1 and the skill 3, it goes up significantly. Now the cool thing about this is that it gives you more damage to your rush attacks, and it does and it gives you strike defense up. So like you'll just be in general a little bit more tanky, specifically from strike defense heroes. Now the gauge will deplete if like the enemy is rush attacking you or if you don't attack them. So you kind of want to be constantly like doing shit. The other thing is that it doesn't actually boost the damage of your skills. I don't believe. Let me check. Yeah, it doesn't boost any damage with your skills, unfortunately. So your skills will be doing similar damage regardless. However, you will be more tanky, and your rush attacks, which is your basic attack, will be doing significantly more damage. I'll say. Um, but yeah, you can see right here it even says like more damage is dealt. So this is probably where they'll show it off. You do some punches, but if you have the despair gauge all the way up, like it changes the animation. They don't actually show the HP. Gotta love it. Gotta love that they don't put numbers or actually like but it's fine. Skill 1. This is how you're gonna be doing the main thing to charge your shit. Doing skill 1, just pressing it is not gonna fill it up that much. It's like basically nothing. You might as well have just done the stomps. But if you charge it all the way, it does more damage. It stacks more movement speed debuffs. And on top of that, it makes the area of effect bigger and, you fills the despair gauge even more. The stomps you can use 3 times. They give you no obstruction, which no obstruction in this game means that you are immune to all like displacement effects. So anything that pulls you, pushes you away, that includes like Vegeta barrier, that includes Gohan, like the warp ability that he does. Also means you're immune to being immobilized, stunned, like anything like that. You ignore it all. Honestly, this is probably one of the main things that keeps Broly being at least halfway decent, is just that he gets no obstruction from this stomp. You do more damage each time that you consecutively hit a person with this attack. So if you hit them more than once, then like you're going to keep doing more damages, or more damage with each attack. And like I said, it could be done up to 3 times. You then can also make it even better by using your skill 3. Your skill 3 is an attack, so it's not just like an install, it is an attack. And it ends the cooldowns for your skill 1 and your skill 2. That's its main thing. But it also does fill the despair gauge, which is why you do want to use it as an attack, because it does fill that despair gauge. It's cooldown will then become like it will be relative to how much these two cooldowns have been added to it. Like it'll take, like, say this is like on a 4 second and this is on a 3 second, then you'll add 7 seconds to the overall cooldown of your roar. Now with that being said, it also enhances one of these attacks, so it will make one of these attacks better. Like it'll do slightly more damage. So I don't know why it doesn't say that in here, but like they will do a little bit more damage immediately after using roar. So you use roar and then you could use this, or you use roar and do this. I prefer to use the skill 3 into the skill 2 first, and I use my skill 1 last. Like first, so generally if I enter a fight, what I'll do, I'll enter with the skill 1, I'll charge it all the way up, and that will give me a good bit on the despair gauge. Then after that, I will then do my jumps, which will also add to the despair gauge while doing AoE damage to both the DPS and the tank if I'm on bottom, or the technical if I'm on top. Then I will reset, I'll go back into skill 2 for a little bit more damage, especially with the helping the like say I missed the roar, it should finish off like filling up their despair gauge. By that point, they're probably going to be running away from you, so you can use your skill 1 to just give them a movement speed debuff, and it will allow you to get to them. And then you can just hold the X button, and you should like be able to melt their health from then. Outside of that, he has his ultimate. It is really good. It's a energy attack, which is really good in this meta because we do have people who can debuff bosses for energy defense down. It applies movement speed down to people it hits, so it makes them slower, so it's harder for them to get out. But it does make you move significantly slower. They don't show it off in this, but like you do not move very fast in it. So it's very hard to actually like move with it. So you want to use this when you're already in the center of like the group. It does fill their despair gauge like all the way up though. So once you actually do it, like it lets you should be holding your X attack. You shouldn't be using your other attacks. Alright. That's pretty decent explanation for his skills. Let's go into a quick battle. See if I can just do a quick little show off of the man's skills. Alright, so we're in. The rules are Team Rush Go and Hammers. The Team Rush Go will help Broly just because, you know, it is, his whole thing is kind of like buffing his rush attack, so being able to do that will make him a decent bit faster. However, the Hammers do not. Obviously, there is Hammer meta right now, but assuming that you are watching this video, you're probably new to the game and don't know what Hammer meta is. Hammer meta is essentially just, it is a meta in which you use specific characters to buff your X attack to then do insane damage to tower without ever needing to really charge any Gekishin bursts. But luckily the enemy team is not running Hammer meta, so we should not have to worry about that much at all. They are running Dabura, so they might stun us, but we'll see. I think Dabura's stun is the only thing that like our skill 2 doesn't like ignore, just because that's like his main gimmick. But we should be able to avoid it. Alright, so when you're starting out the game, obviously it's the same old, same old. You're just doing your farms, avoiding attacks, but you want to get your skill 2 first. I find that is the best one because of how many times you can attack, the damage that it gets, the no obstruction, so if they do have any stuns, like you can ignore it. Then I get the skill 3. I do this because I value damage in the early parts of the fight. Like, it's not that the skill 1 doesn't do damage, but like, when you're just trying to like win those early fights, especially for Kai, it helps a lot. Because like, you can damage the Kai, and you can damage the enemies. Alright, so now we got our shit. He died. Alright, we need to get out of there. We can't really 2v1 there. Not yet, at least. We're going to go build up first. The reason why we go with build up first is because, like I said, we want to be very tanky. My technical wants to push, which I guess we can. So I guess we'll do that real quick. But like they did heal, so I did it wrong. Showing off this shit and like just getting myself like killed. But it's fine. It's not like the cooldown's that bad. Alright. So with build up, you kind of don't want to be focusing the enemy too much. I'm only doing it because I'm bad at the game. But what you want to do is you kind of want to focus these NPCs, because the NPCs will then get you the build up levels that you need. Realistically, it is quantity of enemies over quality of enemies with this character. And basically any character that runs build up, as you can see in the left hand corner of my screen, we are at 2 build up, which is not great. The Goku just ulted there, and the Boyo is circling around for some reason. We might actually be able to corner him. Alright, so now we're going to level up our stomps again. Yeah. It's quick play, so I'm not expecting these guys to be very good. So I go Steel Skin because I want more defense with Broly. I just think that he should be a little bit tankier. You're giving up some of your DPS, obviously, by doing this. So if you want to go a little bit DPS, more of a DPS build, then you should be running, you should be running Giant Slayer. Obviously, you want to go for boss. Something that everybody should be doing in the game is you should be prioritizing boss at all times. This is like the most important thing in the game. Alright, so now we've got our transformation. I've got a hammer. We're going to transform here. We're going to level up our skill 1. So you notice we have our ult. We have 1 level into skill 3. We have 2 levels into skill 2. And we have 2 levels into skill 1. This is generally how you want to do it, so that you can get more damage out of your skills. Look at that. And we get to see the animation. Alright. Our build-up still isn't where we want it to be. I would have honestly, I probably should have chose the Giant Slayer as my second card for the DPS. Like I said, I try to be a little bit more tanky. We're going to level up our ult here. Honestly, it's not a bad idea to level up your skill 2 again to get it maxed out, but having the ult a little bit stronger for the next boss is like also a very good idea. Alright. We don't want his gauge to be that big on us. Alright, we're gonna go with... Okay, so generally you should be going defense step, but personally I like backstab, and that's why I choose my second defense card. I like being able to start the fight with less cooldowns. Alright, so we're gonna rotate real quick. Obviously the reason why we rotate is just because we want to make sure we get boss so that we can win the game. Now this game isn't going to be like that difficult to win, because obviously like we've got 2 towers down, they haven't touched any of our towers. Like in general, this is going to be a very, very easy game to win for us. I should be putting down my my DPS buff before doing that, but bad at the game, like I said. And also, like, this is my first time recording a video, so So generally, you would want to put down like your King Furry or your Mr. Satan, depending on what you have. See the Krillins up there? We want to make sure to rotate. That's another thing. Always keep an eye on your mini-map. People don't be paying attention. Leads to shit like this. Alright. Now we can max our skill 1. See him coming. We're going to skill 1. Skill 2. Skill 3. We could do our skill 1 here. Don't really need to worry about using our skill 2 just in case somebody else comes up. We got 8 build up. He wants us to push. That's not a bad idea right now. But for the sake of making the video last a little bit longer, we're gonna like just not. 9 build up. As you can see, we killed 3 NPCs, so our build up goes up another level. All right, they're over here fighting, so let's go join them. I don't know why he ulted there and kill with just a regular skill. This guy wants to smoke, so we're gonna we do the stomps, do the hammer. Now that we've got the hammer, we're just gonna come right down here. Bink, bink. Honestly, we could like, and now we've got some of their farm too. Like, we could definitely just take their tower here if we really wanted. Oh, you want to ult? Let's ult. You shouldn't be solo ulting like that, but we're winning by like a large margin right now, so. We're gonna just grab this hammer real quick and just do a little bit of this. And we can kill this guy. We don't even really need to do anything. Yeah. Just get a few more kills there. It's probably a little too, like, those probably being a little too toxic, but that's generally how you would play the character. Obviously, I didn't play him the best there. I messed up some of the combos that you should be doing with him. And we didn't go for boss, but if you look at my stats, like, I have top damage, I have 10 kills, I got 80,000 damage to Gods of Destruction. And obviously this is quick play, so like if I was in a ranked match, I probably would have been doing a lot worse, but also they probably would have been playing a lot better characters. Final thoughts on Broly. He is a good character. Unfortunately, it is not his meta. The meta revolves around energy attacks and his, as I said earlier, his passive builds strike defense, which means that all of the meta characters are going to be very good against him, and he is not going to be able to really even reach them. Like, both this character and this character, both of them will literally kill you before you ever even get to see the whites in their eyes. Yeah, it's an unfortunate time for Broly, but it is what it is. All right. I hope that helps. Bye.